Hey you guys, welcome back to our channel, Marriage and Medicine. So as you know, if you follow us on Instagram, or maybe if you've seen some of our latest videos on YouTube, I am pregnant with our second child. I am 36 weeks as of today. So I wanted to do a video and just kind of share what exactly I am packing in my hospital bag, stuff that I'm going to pack for myself and for the baby. I felt like it would be helpful because when I had my first child, I wasn't really sure what things I would actually need, what things I would actually use or not. And so I felt like this time around I have a better idea of all of those things, and I felt like it would be helpful if you're someone out there who's a new mom, or if you're just curious what kinds of things that I like to use that works well for us. On to the hospital bag. So I'm going to start with this stuff that I'm packing for myself. So this is my bag. I will put in the description the name of the company that I got this from, but I wanted it to be kind of like girly since I have two girls. But so far all I have in here, I have my birth plan in the front. I also have my iPad charger. I do need to add my iPad though, just in case. So like if TJ wants to use it, or if we do have to have Naya with us, she can use it for a little bit while we're in the hospital. But other than that, some of the stuff I packed in here I did have from my first time around, and then some stuff that I packed I didn't have around, and it was just kind of like personal preference. So not everything that I have in here you necessarily need. Some of it is just things that I personally wanted to have, but I will go through and show you guys what I packed. So the first thing is shower shoes, because I'm not trying to stand barefoot in the hospital shower after I have the baby. I don't know, that cleanliness kind of freaks me out a little bit. So I'm bringing my own hospital shoes that I can use to shower in. And then once I get out of the shower, I can, switch to slippers or socks or something. Something else I'm bringing is a fan, because I am naturally a super hot person. Like, I get hot very easily. I sweat very easily. And especially being pregnant this time around, it's been even worse. So I know hospitals generally are pretty cold, but I don't want to risk being hot, because then I get hot and then I get angry, and it's just not a good time. So this fan I got off of Amazon. It's been really, really good. I'm going to bring that just in case I need it, because I'd rather have it and not be miserable. That's not something you have to bring. That's just something that's going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable. Then I have socks. So I got some hospital socks. I believe they do give you one pair, but I just wanted to bring some of my own too. They have the little like grips on the bottom, and they're fuzzy, so they'll keep you warm. But I brought a few pairs of those. And then, of course, I have a nursing bra, because I do plan to breastfeed. So I have one of those. And then I got a, what do you call this? Hospital gown. Like, my brain is drawing a blank. So they give you a hospital gown, of course, when you get there. I plan to use that one to deliver in. And then once I get to go and like when I have my first shower, I'm going to switch into this one, just because I don't want to stay. Last time I stayed in the other one the whole time, which was fine, but this time around I kind of want to just change into something else. And I don't really want to wear clothes. I liked wearing the hospital gown. So this one came in a kit that I got. It was a postpartum kit. And so it has on the front these buttons. It goes down so that way you can breastfeed. And then it also has buttons down the back. So if you need to do that, like, if the doctors or anybody needs to have access to your back, like, if you get an epidural or whatever and they need to take the needles out, that's good for that. So nothing fancy, but I am going to change into that once I have my first shower while we're just still staying at the hospital. And then I brought one outfit for going home. I just tried to find the most comfiest stuff I had because typically after you do have your baby, you do still have a little bit of a belly. Like your stomach doesn't go down right away. So I try to find stuff that's super stretchy and comfortable. My shirt, I try to find something that's like very loose so that way I can breastfeed easier. So I have one of those. I brought slippers, which I plan to wear these to go home, but you know, I can wear them in the hospital as well. But that's for that. And then in here is kind of like my postpartum stuff that I'm gonna need after I have the baby. So this stuff, honestly, probably don't necessarily need to take because the hospital will provide some of this stuff. But I wanted to bring some of it either just in case I ran out or just to have in case I don't, just in case I don't like what they have or in case I feel like this works better. So one of the things I know they don't give you is breastfeeding pads. So these go in your bra basically to help you with leaking. That way you don't leak through your clothes. So I am bringing these just in case. I can't remember if if leaking is an issue that early on or not, but I wanted to have that just in case. And then I have disposable underwear, which this is something the hospital provides. I'm just bringing extra because I can't remember how quickly I went through them. So they give you a decent amount. And like I said, they're underwear that you throw away. You don't keep them. But like I said, because I can't remember how quickly I went through them, like sometimes you get blood on it and other stuff, and you're not going to want to reuse it after that. So I'm just bringing a few pairs that are extra just in case I need those. Then I have, it says cooling pad liners. So this came in that postpartum kit that I was telling you about earlier. Basically just to help keep it cool down there. Because after you deliver, of course, it's a little bit of a mess. It is swollen and it does kind of get uncomfortable. So you try to find things that can help with that. I know the hospital will give you like cooling packs to put down there to help you. So this is just something extra. I don't know if I'll actually use it or not, but bringing it just in case I do want to use it. This is a healing foam. So this is again something that you use for down there just to help with pain relief. I don't think the hospital provides that exactly. They provide what's like a spray or like a squeezy bottle. Basically you fill it up with water, and then whenever you go to the bathroom, you use that bottle so that your pee doesn't burn you. Because trust me, when you go to the bathroom and you pee, it burns so bad from just like, if you have any cuts down there that had to be stitched up or anything, that water bottle that they give you is like a lifesaver. I have my own. I'm not going to bring it with me, but I already have my own for at home once I come back from the hospital. It helps a lot. And then the last thing I had in here was just nipple cream again, because I don't want to crack. So that's pretty much everything I have in here. They do also give you like pads at the hospital, like those huge overnight pads to help with the bleeding and all of that stuff. So I didn't pack any of that. And then whatever they give you at the hospital, if you don't use it all up, they let you take it home. So that's cool too. But that's just stuff I wanted to bring just in case, just in case I happen to go through their stuff super fast for whatever reason. I just wanted to have extra. And I mean, even if I did go through it quickly, they would probably just go get me some more. But, you know, never hurts to just bring things just to be prepared. I think the only few things, I had to write out a list. The only things that I have to add to my bag for myself that I haven't gotten yet is my iPad, some like skincare, toiletry stuff, you know. I'm not planning on bringing makeup, but just toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, basic skincare, deodorant, body wash, stuff like that. Chargers for my phone. I have a blanket I'm bringing that I liked. It was great after I had the baby, just to like have the extra warmth. And I think that's it, like a head wrap for my hair. That's pretty much it for me. Now, moving on to things that I'm packing for the baby. So this is my diaper bag. I was hoping I wouldn't have to bring a separate bag for her, but I think because I have a lot of bulky stuff I'm bringing, like, you know, the fan, my iPad is the Pro, so it's like that huge one. I have a letter board in here that you're going to see that's pretty big. Like, I just have big things that take up space in my bag. I don't have a lot of stuff, but I just have some things that are just really big. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to take a separate bag for her. But she doesn't really have much stuff in here at all. So what I packed for her, I can't show you what it says because it has her name on it. But this is a letter board to show her name when she comes. And then I also packed, again, some of this stuff might not necessarily need, but kind of is personal preference for me. So I'm bringing a bib and then some hats and a little headband just to have. And then I also have some burp cloths here. I have a swaddle blanket, one of those really big ones. I know the hospital technically gives you like a blanket to put them in, and you can swaddle them in that. But I do want to bring my own because I don't really remember 100% how to swaddle. And so in the hospital, they showed me how to do that with Naya. So I wanted to bring the size blanket that I'm going to be using at home. That way they can show me with this, like, how to do it correctly. And so that way I'm not like getting home and I'm like, I can't remember. So I'm bringing that to use for her. I brought her a pair of socks, and then I brought her some onesie options. So nothing fancy, but I brought newborn size and I brought 0 to 3 size just in case, because you never really know 100% how big your baby is going to be until they're out. So I like to bring different sizes just in case. So I plan to, one of them will just be like after she gets her bath. I plan to put her in her outfit, and then she'll just stay in that outfit while we're in the hospital. And then the other one will be for when we go home. So ideally she will only need 2 of these outfits, not 4. But again, because one is newborn size and one is 0 to 3 size, I have extras just in case. But I like these. They're little thermal onesies. They're so cute. They cover, like, if you want to cover up the hands, you can do that. And then on the feet, same thing. If you want to cover up over the feet, you can do that. They have the little zipper down the front, and then on the back, at first I was like, why are there buttons on the butt part? But just to make it easier, instead of unzipping and having to take the whole onesie off, you can just unbutton it from the back and get their legs out, and then you can basically leave the upper part on them and just change the bottom and then put their legs back in and button it up. So that way you have options however you want to change them to make it easier on yourself. But I thought they were so cute, the little thermal texture, since it's cold right now. That would be perfect for her. And that is pretty much it. I'm not bringing a pacifier. Our hospital that we're delivering at is, I guess you can call it pacifier free. basically that they don't provide pacifiers for you, and they prefer that you don't use them with the baby. I guess because they feel like it's best for the baby to just be on you and bond to you, and I don't know, for soothing purposes. I'm not really sure. Now, if somebody was going to bring a pacifier, I mean, honestly, I don't think they could stop you from bringing it and using it. But they will not have one there for you to use. So I don't personally want to have one. The only reason I had considered having one at first when I had Naya was because I was like, oh, I'll feel bad, like, if she's crying in the middle of the night or she's just being too loud and I can't get her to stop. I don't want to be waking up other people that are next door to us, or, I don't want it to be annoying for the nurses and doctors or whoever to constantly hear her screaming. But then I was like, when you think about it, like, you're on a whole floor with other people who have newborns. Like, their babies are crying too. So it's not like your baby is the only one crying. And then once actually like having Naya and seeing, like, being there, I don't really remember even hearing like other people's babies crying or stuff like that. Like, it wasn't an issue at all. So, and of course, like, the nurses don't care. They take care of babies. They don't care about hearing them crying or any of that. So after going through it with Naya, I was like, oh, it's actually not that bad not having the pacifier. So I just didn't feel like I needed to bring it. So I'm not planning to bring one with this one either. I probably will just wait till we come home and do it. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided when I'll introduce the pacifier. Again, there's no real reason. It's not because I'm worried about her not being able to breastfeed or latch correctly. That's not an issue. It kind of helps teach me, like, about her. Like, I can figure out better, like, her hunger cues, and she can give me a better idea of, like, the faces she makes or the movement she makes when she's hungry or when she's full or whatever. So I just personally probably won't use the pacifier for like that first week. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. For Naya, I think I did the same thing. I didn't use one for like the first maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I eventually did one for her too. So not bringing that. But that was pretty much it for our baby. Like, you don't need a whole lot for them because the hospital provides all of it. They provide diapers, they provide wipes. If you were to need it, they have formula there. They have like the little hat that you put the baby in after they're born, and then the little blanket that you can wrap them in. So that's what I used for Naya, but this time around I wanted to bring some of my own things just to make her more comfortable. I felt bad now looking back, like, Naya was probably freezing in that blanket because when I would take her out to change her, like, she had nothing on but a diaper, and so she's sitting there like cold being changed. So this time around I'm actually bringing an outfit so that this baby will be able to stay a little bit more warm while she's in the hospital. That should be it pretty much for all of us. I'm not going to bother showing you TJ stuff because, it's kind of boring. It's just clothes, toiletries. That's about it. So hopefully it was helpful if you are a new mom out there, or you're just kind of going back and forth with deciding what you need and what you don't need. Again, some of this stuff is personal preference, so you don't necessarily have to take it with you, but it can be helpful too if you want to have those things there. So thank you for watching. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can leave any comments of if there's anything that maybe I didn't pack in my hospital bag that you packed that you thought was helpful. Feel free to put that down in the comments. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram at marriage, the letter N, and medicine. And we will see you in the next video.